downtown Sumner. We are here for the championship game of the Washington State Football League. It's a big game. It's looking at the Seminoles Sabers. They both got here through the championship playoffs. Seminoles beat the Bombers 53-8 to get to this place. And we are divided on the other team that got here. I'm joined again with our good friend Bryce Williams. And Bryce, how is that you're up in the stand with me and not on the
But at the end of the day, the best ruled the Sabers there's a lot of things going on in that game, so either way, we have probably a pretty good game for us tonight because both the contests have been kind of driven back and forth.
What you saying is that they play each other.
Yes, and one each, yeah, so this is almost like a tiebreaker.
Let me jump in here too because what Bryce was talking about was the reason he's in the booth tonight, but us, I'm very glad it's his team beat right, okay, so that's what he's talking about. It's a disputed game, but I would you were here because your team unfortunately got eliminated during the playoffs. The better for us, but that's how they got it. There were 2 playoff games. And the Seminoles won those. And then we unfortunately, who are you with there? The Northwest. Eliminated.
All right, so the Seminoles looking to kick out. Looks like Thomas Lawson kicked
too fired up to go to the championship. It is a hot day, but I think there's a lot of high tension on the sidelines and stuff on both sides. Nice one out there. The players have been taking on the
hyping, everybody's pretty much excited about this game.
One of the things too that the game, both coaches talked about how they control the context of working. Right there, you see the Sabers have some big players out there on the floor. Both teams There you go. We got about 13:52 to go in the first quarter of this championship game. Both teams are really excited to talk about it before. It makes sense because it's a championship game. But again, it's a one game. Good picture was put on the quarterback by Darius Ridley. He comes off the edge. Was able to get into the quarterback's vision. He's still able to get the 3rd and 10.
I think it should be reset. They got the first first and 10. Looks like they're going trip set again.
It's just a green country for a defensive line. He was there, had his hands up in the air, and the ball came in the hands down, bounced up in the air. And he was unforward. He's still looking. He's still down there on the field. But he was not a move. He did everything. Early in this contest, the Sabers have been into the right of the defensive line of the Seminoles. One early on, they were able to put off a couple of runs on the left side. That offense, yes, they have special faith in the left. That's the big areas of some top offense. I was going to say, this is the cliche. He wished he had that one open, but you're right. He had more than a couple of steps on him over the top. And do you think there was any special move to get him that wide open?
Well, Corey Klingberg is one of those people that everybody, for some reason, underestimates his speed. The dude is one of the fastest guys in the league, and he's great at catching those deep balls. So it's one of those things. He got probably about 200 yards receiving against the Hurricanes. So. Oh, nice pressure, and they got to him. Big sack.
That's 51 coming off of the right side, and he was able to contain it in 42.
I think 45, in fact.
45.
And they double teamed him. Deshaun Benjamin and was it Darius Ridley? I think they doubled on that. And that is pressure coming from that, I guess it would be the right side of the D-line, the left side of the offense. Kind of where they've been trying to run.
Where they've been running, yeah.
Yeah. Most all their runs, in fact. Looks like now they're coming out in the spread with an ace back behind the quarterback. Oh, it's going to be a punt, I guess. Greenland picks up the ball. He's going up the sidelines. No one's picking him up.
He gets back to about the 32-yard line. Yeah. That's one of those deals. Usually you'll say, stay away from it. Stay away from it when the receiving team. In that case, possibly the defense was covering it. They got down there, and they were not expecting him to pop on it. It was kind of a risky move, but the reward was there, except that we have a penalty. They're bringing the ball back.
Let's see. I mean, it was a smart play by him, and generally, Charles Freeland is a really smart player in general, so that helps, but
it was a block in the back is what they call it.
Yeah, and that hurts, because that would put them in great field position. This kind of nullified a bad punt, because that punt, they tried to get tricky with it, and it kind of backfired. It went off his foot. Not even he didn't get high enough to be a lame duck.
And the point it was fourth down, but they were out of a running play or a passing play formation, so it was a quick kick, except it was on fourth down.
Yeah. So here's the interesting, we got quads to the top. One receiver down on the below. They throw a quick screen, and looks like it's enough. He's fighting for extra yards. Not too bad, enough to get about 3 or 4 yards.
That's the old bubble screen there, and what you see that is when the defensive backs are playing back off of the receivers. That's where the receiver is the one that gets the ball. He's usually an inside receiver or in the slot. He will, when the ball snapped, he will step back. The other 2 receivers out there will go and block the defensive backs. But that was picked up a nice yard, 4 yards.
Yeah, he'll take those gains.
Sure.
Looks like they're going with trips to the top of the screen. Trips right. JT's back at pass, looking for Alston. Great completion and good tackle. McFadden got him in his face.
That was an interesting play. The way they set that up is, you mentioned, trips up there to the left of the formation, top of the screen, and they came right away. It was obviously we're going to come down to the single receiver on the short side of the field, and he ran just far enough, like he knew where the first down was. He ran just far enough to be able to pick up the first down. So it was a well-designed play. Trips away, send the guy, this lone receiver split out to the right of the formation just far enough, comes back to the ball, and it's first down for the Seminoles.
Yeah, and you can see though they may have been very much wanting to go there because with that he normally plays safety, so they might think that there might be some advantage of attacking him with the wide receiver since he's coming forward. We'll see how that develops in the game. Trips again to the top. Quick handoff
Randy Polito comes off the edge, just came charging in there, and he hit him in the backfield before the running back even had any chance to make any move. That puts him back to add an extra yard to get to the first down. That's 2nd and 11 or 12.
No talented player, big, but he just has to keep his emotions under control.
Is that right?
Yeah. Trips to the top. That was an amazing strike because the wide receiver had no idea the ball was even there. It was so perfect that it hit him and he couldn't drop it. Like
they just stuck on him.
Oh yeah, man! I wish we had an replay of that.
That's
just crazy. Yeah, because the wide receiver had no idea the ball was coming. He completely lost it, and the ball just hit him so perfectly in the numbers. Man, my man, get that level of accuracy. That was impressive.
Especially for the play following the great pass rush by the Saber front line.
Yeah, so it looks like we're in trips again. They've stayed in trips pretty much the entire drive. JT's looking back to pass, throws it over.
That was a nice play. The real play on that was the ball bouncing off the receiver's hands. That's one of those things that, unfortunately, that's going to count as an interception thrown by the quarterback. As that, the ball was there. It could have been a little hard, thrown a little bit hard, but you played well quarterback in this league, and you probably would hope that your receiver would catch that.
You'd hate those, but it kind of came, I think, unexpected because he's a solid receiver. Like he's one of JT's favorite targets. Like he has good hands and he's generally consistent. So to have that happen, I'm sure he's gonna probably still trust him and go back to him. But I don't think either of them expected the ball to pop up the way it did.
Yeah, well, I certainly didn't. I can tell you that. Before the play was run, we had 2 flags going flying. It was an illegal substitution. And that's usually what happens when they throw the flag and nothing's been done in the play. It's an illegal substitution against the Sabers.
Probably had too many men in the huddle, and when they went out, and then some people came out.
So we got first and about 15, 8:16 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, false start on the offense. Looks like.
Yeah, I think, I think he was drawn up at number 51. Darius Ridley. And there is some discussion among the officials. So what happened in that case was that the defender came across the line. Now the defense can come across the line and get back, but what happened was that
if you move,
what happened was the offensive lineman just reacted to that. Well, they're going to call it on offense. All right, there we go. And that's the way it used to always be, but they've changed that rule because you can't just let the defender come flying off across the line. If he's offside, he can still hit the quarterback. And so in that case, the offensive lineman moved because and in response to the defender coming across. And so there's a question on that.
Yeah, first and 20 there, and Twins, John Junn gets the ball, and looks like he maybe moved about 2 yards. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 8.
That was an interesting call there. First and 20 to the 2nd and 18.
It's one of those things like they have some key injuries at wide receiver. I mean, one of their big stars, Brian Garner's out with an injury to his arm, so he's pretty much out for the season. So I mean, I think they will like to rely a little bit more on the run, but sooner or later, if the run is not getting it done, they're gonna have to go with the pass. All right, Gavin's back to pass. He's looking deep, kind of moving around, shaking for the penalty. Let's see what the plays are.
He had some time back there, not a whole lot of time. When he moved out of the pocket, that's when the rush was able to get to them. We see a flag in the backfield quite often. That's going to be it.
That hurts. I wouldn't be surprised if the Seminoles decline this thing. And they are. It's a smart move. I mean, when they're this far back,
take that down away.
Take it down away. There's just no reason to give them more chances. But yeah, it's the other thing that's going to be interesting to see tonight. It might have even affected the Seminoles is it's starting to get dark. We're playing under the lights. The ball comes at you different. There's a different look when you're under the lights. So it's interesting. It's like we're back to throw and that is definite sale. That's going to be touchdown. That's Breland. And that ball just sailed on.
It certainly did. You wondered, do you think that the receiver and the quarterback were on the same pages to the route? It could have just said, as you mentioned, but it looked to me like that was, and the quarterback has been pretty much on target so far this season. And it looked to me that maybe there was just a mistake on one of those idea of where the receiver was going to be, or do you think he just overthrew it?
It's really hard because I know one of the things that sometimes if Gavin isn't comfortable, he will overthrow balls over the middle. And he's gotten away with a few where they weren't picked, and he's actually had a few that were, but it's kind of the other thing is trust because with Brian Garner out there, like he loves to go to Brian across the middle. Brian's not there, so he has to kind of get used to his other wide receivers. So
just over halfway through the first quarter of the championship game, the Sabres take a 6-point lead. 7-point lead. Oh, it didn't go through.
No, they called it no good, so the PAT was missed. It looks like we're now 6-0.
So, because I was going to mention that, as the lights come on, it really does make the ball look a little different. It changes the appearance of the ball, and that happened to me. That ball was wide left.
Yeah, no, it's very interesting. It's just because so much of catching is how you see things, and like with the darkness, lights kind of bounce off everything different. So especially those fast passes that come at you fast, the ball might get there almost before you see it because of the fact that you don't have the same amount of sunlight. So I imagine that may have played a decent role in what happened with the Seminoles getting picked. But that's what you want your defense to be able to do. To come back and make up for turnovers, make up for mistakes, and the defense did. They got a pick of their own and turned it into points. So we're going to get a chance to see the Seminoles, what they can do on defense again, and the Sabres now have a chance to get back out there, make up for their mistakes, and make some plays.
And that's the way to cut. That's the way to put a mistake in the pass is to be able to start moving the ball.
Yes, they still have plenty of weapons and ability to do it. Number 12 gets the ball after a little bit of bouncing, turns it back around, probably loses about 5 or 6 yards, but it still gets the ball out there decently to about the 21, 22-yard line. Not a bad return.
And David Susu comes off, is waving to the sidelines. He looks okay. He's ready to go. All right, so here we go. Second series of the game for the Sabres. It'll be the ball's on about the 22-yard line.
Yeah. I think this would be an important drive for them because they need to be able to get that passing game rolling and hopefully get some positive yards on the run.
Well, yeah, the turnover leads to the 6 points.
Yeah. So here we go, going back to the ground. And the 21 taking it. Good hit from Tavares Green and coming down from the safety spot, making a play.
That's the second big hit he's had so far, at least the second one. He's one of those downhill runners. He sees the ball carrier coming upfield, and he just leveled him really good hard. Those players popped up. And we're second and about 4. Makes it easier for you quarterbacks when you got second and 4 as far as what you're going to play, what you're going to call.
It was good at good runs. Like we got spread formation. 15's in motion, jet sweep. Good running. Nice tackle and Green again. That's enough for a first though. Should be good.
There's some hard hitting out there this evening. And which is championship form.
All from number 5.
Yeah, well, that was just what I got. Number 51. That's about. Yeah,
It's really a sack, but I mean, as far as the